Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Welcome back, besties. How are we all doing? I, for one, am sore because on Sunday, it's now Thursday, but I'm still sore. On Sunday, I ran a 5k. Was it my first 5k? No, I don't think so. Of course it's not. I used to run competitively as a child. I was forced. I did not willingly choose to do that. And I am one of them people who looks at people who run and think, why are you willingly doing this? Especially when it's like raining or snowing, like why are you willingly putting yourself through that? But the weather in the UK at the minute, I don't know what's going on, but it's actually quite nice. I think up until like a few days ago, it had rained every single day in 2026. But the past few days, there has been sun. So let's just touch wood that the sun stays, because doesn't it just like change your mood? It just makes you like instantly happier when the sun is shining, happy endorphins, seasonal depression is gone. Happiness can come through. Yeah, we did our 5k. I ran it in I think 36 minutes, which I was fairly happy with considering I hadn't trained. It was hard though, like genuinely. I didn't really deep how hard it was going to be. I didn't really even deep the fact that I was like doing a 5k because obviously it was Valentine's Day on the Saturday. So I was just looking forward to Valentine's Day. And then I was like, yeah, on Sunday I'm doing a race. Didn't quite deep it until I was like at the start line and it was like, oh shit. And people were like there in like their proper running gear. And I was like, oh my God. But there was a few people there who were just doing it like for a bit of fun. They were all like dressed up Valentine's-y. So it wasn't like everyone was taking it really seriously. And then there was me who was going to come last by like a year and a half. But no, it was all good. I probably did come last, but I don't mind because it was for charity. So yeah, we raised £110 for Switchboard, which is the LGBTQ plus hotline, and Solving Kids Cancer UK. And it made like the race, it didn't make it easier because it was really hard, but it made it like feel better in my head when I was going like, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to walk back to the start. Like I was like, no, I need to keep going because I've raised money and I want like to feel like I've completed this and, you know, given the charities like the money that I've earned through running. Did that make any sense? I don't know, but I really wanted to quit, but I didn't. I pushed through. Lucy was like way in front of me. If you want to watch on my TikTok, there is a video. It was so funny. Lucy's like, I don't know where Jules has gone. It was like we were together. Then it was Jules is just behind me. Then it was, I don't know where Jules has gone. And I was like, I don't know where Lucy is. She's probably finished, so I'm just going to run to her. I think Lucy finished in 31 minutes, so I wasn't too far behind her. And we got our medals. We did our race. It was tricky, can't lie. I wouldn't recommend. Actually, no, I would, because now I look back and I think, oh my God, I did that. I'm proud of myself. You go, girl. Let's go, girls. I was covered in mud though and sweat, and then Lucy had to go and work a full shift at the bar. So claps to Lucy because I couldn't have done that. She didn't even go home for a shower first. Oh, disgusting. You're not disgusting. Just the situation was disgusting, Lucy, because I know you're going to be like, oh, you can't be disgusting. No, she wouldn't do that. She might. She's a bit snappy at the minute because we're both due on our periods. So we're both a bit like biting at each other. Now, this is something I don't think people deep. It's the third time I've said that. Take a shot every time I say the word deep in this episode, guys. Yeah, I don't think people deep the fact that like being two women in a relationship, like you are going to be on your periods at the same time, you're going to be bitey. And if you haven't listened, we did actually a episode with a menstrual cycle coach, and she sort of explains all about the cycle and like cycles syncing up, and how like if you're on day 15 and she's on day 28, how that can affect moods, like when's the best times to both be on your periods, like, you know, all of that stuff. So there is a whole episode on that if you scroll back a couple of episodes. But yeah, we're both due on our periods at the minute, so we are just like biting. I'm so hungry at the minute. I'm eating so much food. Like literally I had 2 sweet treats yesterday, a muffin and another little tray bake. Oh my God. And today I'm filming on Tuesday. This obviously comes out on Thursday, but it's Pancake Tuesday. So I'm very excited to have some pancakes. And I'm going to go to my granny's and have some pancakes today. So what a good day. Now, let me give you the Valentine's Day lowdown. So Lucy was in charge of organising Valentine's Day. that was her thing. Like, she's never really done Valentine's. She's not really fussed by it. Whereas I was like, this is our first Valentine's together. I've never really had Valentine's being made a fuss of in a relationship before. So I was like, I want us to like have a really nice date. I'd love you to plan something. And she did. So the daytime Lucy was working. No, she wasn't working. I was working. Lucy was off all day. What was she doing? I don't even remember what Lucy was doing, but she was definitely off work because she took the whole day off to spend with me. And I was like, well, actually, I'm working till 3:30. But I was over like by the coast. So I had like a 5-hour break because I had 2 parties like spaced out. So I went to Tynemouth Market and picked up some goodies. I picked up these heart earrings that I'm wearing today. And I picked up Lucy this gorgeous silver chain necklace. She's been wanting one for a while. She got one from her granny as a present, but it was the links were a little bit, or the chains, whatever you call it, were like too close together. But I found her like the perfect sized one. So she loved that. And she got me a hamper full of goodies and like wrapped it up. You know how I was saying, like, I love the like novelty teddies that are like, you're my piece of cake or like whatever it is. And she got me one saying, you melt my heart. And it was a little cheese toastie. And obviously I love a cheese toastie. So I just thought that was like the most banging present ever. And there was like chocolates, there was bunting up in the room. It was just lush. So then for the evening, Lucy got us in a taxi. I didn't know where we were going. And our first stop was Full Circle Brewery. Now, we actually have an event with these in a few weeks for International Women's Day. So it was nice to sort of see like where we'll be going, see what the drinks are like. Obviously, I don't really drink beer, but they do like pizzas and stuff. So I was like, oh my God, I'm definitely coming back for a pizza. We went there, and then literally just opposite, apparently as well on the way, I missed like 3 signs saying where we were going. I must just be oblivious. So we went to Golf Fang. So it's like an 18-hole mini golf. And honestly, we had the best time. And Lucy only beat me by 2 points. So I got 62, she got 60. So I was like just nearly winning. And normally the gap's a lot bigger. But I can't lie, guys. I did cheat a few times. Like on the last one, I went to hit the ball and it like just didn't go where I wanted it to. So I did it again and then it went like hole in one. So I just said I got a hole in one. I didn't say I had 2 goes because, you know, the first time it didn't count. Yeah, it was just hole in one. No one tell Lucy, even though she will be listening to this. Yeah, so we went to Golf Fang, had loads of fun there. Then we went for a meal at Marco Polo. It was meh. Like, you guys know me, I am a margarita pizza girly through and through. And it didn't hit. But they had 2 for 1 on Sarti Spritz, so I was a happy girl. Potato skins were good, but yeah, the margarita pizza just wasn't the best. But Lucy had a steak, that was lovely. And prawns or shrimps, I don't know, for starters. I don't know the difference between seafood because I don't eat it. Yeah, she had that for a start. So it was a really, really nice date night. And then we didn't really go out any later because obviously we had our race the next day. So that was our Valentine's and our race day. And, you know, we probably will do more 5Ks because I want to like challenge myself to like get fitter and maybe hit like a 30-minute personal best for a 5K and keep doing it for charity and get a little medal collection for the house. Speaking of the house, do we have an update? Do we? Hell. Honestly, guys, just don't even bother getting a solicitor because I don't actually know what they do. Like, genuinely, I'm not too sure what they do. They don't answer our emails. They don't answer our calls. Actually, I rang them the other day. We're having Wi-Fi troubles. We'll call you back. They never called me back. I had to ring them and be like, the next day, like, hi, I never got a call back. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Like, they are just so slow. And I don't know if they're doing it so that they can like justify the amount of money they're going to charge us, but they're doing nothing. We're going in circles. So I'm really hoping we get a move-in date soon. I might ring them after I've done the podcast actually and be like, hello, do you have any updates for us? But every time we do that, it's like, oh, we just need this, we just need this. And he was actually quite rude to Lucy on the phone yesterday because some of Lucy's deposit money is coming from a gift. So like everyone, like our grandparents have to like sign it and then the parents have to sign it. Then they need photo ID and a proof of address. And it's like, oh, well, you can't send the same proof of address as the photo ID. So it's like, do they have passports? One does, one doesn't. So it's like, okay, so that can be your proof of address and then your ID. But then the other one, honestly, they're just making it harder than it needs to be, I think. So just don't get solicitors would be my advice if you're buying a house. Do it yourself because clearly they don't do anything. Honestly, I don't even know what to say at this point because we thought we were going to be in we literally this week we'd be moving into the house, and it feels like we're nowhere further forward. I literally feel like we're just going in circles, like I'm chasing my tail. So fingers crossed we'll be moving in. The financial advisor now thinks it'll be end of March, and even this financial advisor is like, I don't know what they're doing and why they're taking so long and why they keep like asking for all these like really, really specific requests, but it's too late for you guys to change, so you're just going to have to entertain it. But it's just so annoying because all we want to do is be on our house and, you know, put up our medals, and we've got all our pictures framed. We bought a dining room table yesterday, guys. Like, we are real adults now, but we have a sofa waiting to be delivered, a poofy, a love chair, a dining room table, chairs. We've got Lucy's bedroom at home is like full of boxes packed with things ready to go, like cutlery. We have everything we need, a TV. We just need the keys to the house to get in. So everyone just cross your fingers, say a little prayer for me that we get in the house soon, because I'm desperate for it. The cats are desperate. They're sick of being like locked in my bedroom at night because the dogs wander around. The cats are fine with the dogs. The dogs just think the cats are toys. So I wouldn't trust them being like out at night together. So the cats are locked in my room, and then Florentine just cries at the door all night because all she wants to do is go out and play. So it's just not a vibe. We need to get out. So please, 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 universe, house gods, let us get a move-in date and let it be soon. Please, 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 please. I don't think I really have any more updates for you guys. I do have confirmed some really, really, really cool guests for the podcast. So within the next sort of few weeks, I'll be dropping some of those episodes. I might not give you them all in one. I might give you them on like drips and drabs, you know, a bit of clickbait, keep you all listening. But we have some big TV personalities joining us on the podcast. But without further ado, I think it's time we jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, how many exes is too many when getting into a new relationship? So, you know, some people obviously it just wouldn't bother them in the slightest. Some people it's like, oh my God, you've got 10 exes. I don't want to get involved with you. Like, why have you got 10 exes? Personally, for me, I don't think there's like a number. That my issue is that I like will need to ask you about every single ex. Like, I want to know their name, what they did for a job, how many times you had sex, like, did you fancy them? Did you really love them? How many times did you tell them you loved them? Like, were the dates really good? Oh my God, guys, the solicitors have just emailed us. Oh, shall we open it? Shall we see if we got a move-in date? Shall we see? Live on the podcast. Oh. We don't have a move-in date. Oh, wait. Wait. There's nothing to query. Okay. Guys, this is so exciting. Oh, as before, all else I would need from you, Juliet, is the Help to Buy ISA closing statements. I've ticked off the proof of funds so we can discuss a completion date. Ah! Yay! Oh my God, guys, we are getting this house. Lucy's calling me, shall we answer? Ah! This is live on the podcast. We're getting a house. Guys, I'm literally buzzing. I can't believe it. We're getting a house. Ah! Anyway, back to the question of the week. So, how many exes is too many when you're getting into a relationship? Like I was saying, my issue is I need to know everything about the exes, like date of birth, how to stalk them on Instagram, everything. So I don't think for me there's like a number that would put me off, because even if it was one ex, like I'm going to do the digging and I'm going to piss myself off anyway, like realizing that like you even had an ex, right? Like, you know, obviously your past doesn't define you and all that, but like I'm going to ask you the questions to put myself in a mood, because I'm just that type of girl. So let's see what you guys have said. It's hard to tell. It depends on how old she is and what she defines as an ex. So possibly more than 7. Yeah, that makes sense. Like if she's a bit older, chances are she's going to have more exes. And what do you define as an ex? Does it have to have been like a full-on relationship? Is it just people you've slept with, like situationships, things like that? So I think that's a good way to look at it. The number doesn't matter. The issue is if they constantly say it ended because they were a red flag. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So like, you don't really care if they have like 27 exes. The issue is if she's going, oh my God, like they were all psychos, like they were all crazy, like, oh, red flags. And it's like, because you always know as soon as someone says like their ex is a psycho, their ex is a red flag, all of that stuff, you know full well like they were the issue, right? So makes sense. Depends on their age, but over 15 is a bit crazy. More than 10, I don't really care. You've got to kiss a lot of frogs. You know what? True. Like you do. You have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your princess. You have to get through, you know, the shitty people. Like I made a TikTok ages ago being like, sometimes I remember I have to go easy on my girlfriend because I'm the first ever baddie she's been with, you know, like they have to kiss the ugly girls to finally find their most beautiful, gorgeous girlfriends, right? So X doesn't matter. Like the number of X's doesn't matter because they've still managed to get to you. I really don't care. I honestly don't mind how many exes you have. I'd say max 3 if you are 35 plus. Below that age, max 2. Okay, so you like them to have not too many exes. It doesn't matter to me. Everything goes out the window when you like someone. Hundreds, I don't really care. Everyone is allowed to have wild periods. As long as you're committed to me in the now, I'm good. Yeah, I like that. It's like you can have done whatever the fuck you want. You can have dated and kissed as many people as you liked. But as long as you're now 100% committed to me, you don't still text those exes, you're not still in contact with them, you're fully on me, then I don't care because you're with me, you're committed to me. Whereas the thing is, like, I love that. And I'm like, yeah, you're committed to me now. But I still will be like, what about so-and-so? Like, did you ever take her here? Like, ugh, but you did that with so-and-so. Like I'm so toxic in that way. And I really wish I wasn't. And I have used my sort of like relationship coaching to help me through that because I understand it's such like it's a really toxic trait to have. And I'm not proud of that. But there's just something about my brain that needs to know like every little detail. And it makes me quite happy when I see like Lucy's exes. I'm like, oh God, it's like, I've got no competition, even though I know I don't anyway, because again, she's chose me. 10 is the limit because like, how do you get through that many? There must be something wrong with you, not them. Okay. I don't care. I don't slut shame. And I've honestly never even thought about this. So quite a mixed response there, really. You know, there's a lot of people who really couldn't care less. A lot of people who, you know, say you could have 100 exes, you could have as many as you want. You could have done what you wanted. Like we've all had wild periods. I don't care as long as you're committed to me. But then there's a few of us who are like, you know, 2 maximum. Like that's enough. Like if you've had more than that, like what's the problem? Because is it you? So a really like wide variety there. Again, for me, like I feel like if I'd got with Lucy and, you know, obviously the question always comes up, doesn't it? Like, how is that meant to not be a subject that you talk about when you're getting to know someone? Like, how many girls have you been with before me? Like, is this your first lesbian relationship? Like, whatever way you ask the question, it's always going to come up, do you know what I mean? In some way or the other. So say like me and Lucy were like still getting to know each other and it was like, oh, like, so how many girls have you been with before me? Oh, there's probably like 57. I'd be like, oh, 57. But I think what for me it would be, if you've been with 57 girls, and, you know, some are like one night stands, some like you've kissed, like they haven't all been like really, really like intense relationships. I think that's better for me. If you'd been in like that many really, really intense relationships, like full blown, like girlfriend, like on the Instagrams, I'd be concerned potentially as to why it's like, why have you constantly got into new relationships? Like, why is there so many, especially when you're still so young? Like, how quick are you going through these women? How fast are you jumping into new relationships? But I don't think it would stop me from dating someone. I think it would just, again, in the back of my mind, I'd be, you know, okay, like, what do they all look like? Are they all gorgeous and pretty? Like, do you miss any of them? Do you text any of them? Like, that is, for me, that's where my brain starts to get like, stressed. You still love me? Not so much like the actual number. For me, it's more the like what actually happened with them. But yeah, if someone's like, oh my God, like all my exes are psychos, like, that's normally when you're like, okay, so maybe you were the issue. Did you actually look at a mirror and go, hang on, am I the issue? Which I think is so important to be able to do. So important. Like, you know, we need to be able to acknowledge our flaws, acknowledge where we've gone wrong in past relationships. But hey, It's all good. It's all good. If you want 1,000 exes, if you want 100 exes, if you want 1 exes, if you want no exes. Because another thing, right, let's just put this into perspective. Say you got with someone who had no exes. Is that, again, going to change the dynamic of a relationship? Because you then know that this person doesn't have experience dating. Are they going to be wanting to, give the rest of their lives to you? Do they want to date around before they, settle down with the one? Do they have experience in navigating lesbian dating? Both being on your periods at the same time when you're biting and snapping at each other. Do you want someone who's maybe had a little bit of experience in the lesbian dating world, so you know that you both sort of know how to navigate it? So let's strap in and strap on for some dilemmas. Okay. I don't feel pretty enough to be attracted to women. I feel like they're all so out of my league and none of them would like me. I'm so sad you feel this way, because genuinely, I truly believe that there is somebody out there for everyone, and beauty is so there's so many levels, so many layers to beauty. Most people think of beauty just as do you have an aesthetically nice face, nice body, nice hair? But beauty is so much more than that. Are you a nice person? At the end of the day, that is the most important thing. I couldn't care less how attractive you are. If you're a bad person, if you have an ugly heart, then I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be with someone who, yes, I want to be with someone I'm attracted to, but also I want to be with someone who's a good person. And everyone is attracted to something different, right? Some people would look at my Lucy and not be attracted to her. Some people would look at me and think that I'm not beautiful and that I'm not attractive. And that's okay, because I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I don't want to be everyone's cup of tea, I look at men and I go, ugh, you're disgusting. You disgust me. But some women look at men and they're like, oh my God, you're so handsome. Let me touch your 6-pack and your V-line. Let me suck your big willy. I can think of nothing worse, right? So there's this stereotypical image of what beauty is, these awful beauty standards, filters, all of these things, always having makeup on, always looking presentable. But that isn't what beauty is. So please don't let yourself, let societal standards make you feel like you're not beautiful because you're not conforming to them. Make your own beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. That's inspirational. It probably already is on a t-shirt, isn't it? But, just love yourself. That's the most important thing. As RuPaul would say, if you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Amen. And I think that is such an important truth. It is a truth that you need to face in life. If you can't love yourself, if you can't look in the mirror and go, fuck me, I look fit as fuck today. It doesn't even have to be that level of confidence. Just being able to look in the mirror and go, you know what? I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. And that is enough to, sort of feel like you have love for yourself. Because if you don't have that, if, you just think, oh my God, I'm ugly, I don't like myself, I don't like who I am as a person, you're not going to be putting a good version of yourself out there on dates, are you? Going to be giving them this shy, awkward, not so confident version of yourself on a date. But if you can walk into a date going, you know what? I know I'm beautiful. And if you don't think I'm beautiful, that's fine. I don't want to go on another date with you, because I want to go on a date with someone who does think I'm beautiful and who likes me for who I am. And I'm not going to change who I am for anyone. I feel like this has got really deep, but genuinely, who cares if you're 4'3", 75 stone, have no hair, body hair falling down to the floor? There is somebody out there who will find that attractive. Everybody finds something different attractive. So don't let yourself think, I don't think I'm beautiful. I could never have all these beautiful girls fancying me, because absolutely you will. Find some self-love, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful. Give yourself some affirmations, I deserve to be loved and I have so much love to give other people. And that really is the most important thing, having so much love to give and wanting to be loved in return. Love yourself, find yourself some self-love, and don't put pressure on meeting the one straight away, but just walk into a bar with some confidence, because that is what people find attractive. Confident people. If you're sitting at a bar, hiding yourself away and not projecting confidence, nobody's going to want to come over and speak to you. But if you sit there with this confidence, right? I used to have a book when I was younger, and it told you like how to like do things with confidence. And I always do this one thing. It's like when you walk down the stairs, just stop at the top of the stairs, take in what's around you, and then walk down. It's like doing just things like that, just like help you feel more confident. They elevate who you are, like how you present yourself. So present yourself, drop my phone, present yourself with confidence. Even if you don't feel like you have confidence, fake it till you make it. What's that Rene Rapp quote? That's like, delusion. But yeah, like be delusional, delude yourself that you have this confidence. What does Rihanna say? Like, I pretend. Like, pretend that you have confidence, fake it until you make it, because your brain will naturally just start to believe that you have this confidence. If you're telling it that you have this confidence, what you put out, you get back. So put out confidence, confidence will come back tenfold. And just believe that you are pretty enough, you are attractive enough, and any girl would be lucky to date you. So love you, and I can't wait for you to meet the woman of your dreams. I've got mummy issues, and I'm always falling for older women that I could never have. I'm always craving love and attention and compliments from older women, but I also want motherly affection. I've only ever had 2 relationships with people like 2 years older than me, but the craving for older women was still there. Whenever I'm out, I automatically look for older women to flirt with and to kiss. I'm in a 6-year age gap relationship right now, and I feel like that's okay because I'm usually falling for women around 20 years older, but the craving for older women is still there. Please don't judge because I never wanted to feel like this. Okay, there is no judgment here ever, never ever. You know, guys, you do some crazy fucking things and I don't judge. I'm here for it. The more crazy things you do, the more fun I have talking about it on the podcast. So keep doing wild, crazy, stupid things. But no, I don't think this is an issue at all. I'd love to know, like, you know, do you have like a motherly figure in your life? And how was that relationship growing up? Like, and is that why you sort of crave? Because you said like, yeah, you crave like the attention, the compliments, the love, but you also want the motherly affection, which, I mean, personally, I don't have mummy issues. I don't seek out older women. So I don't know if like it's normal to want like the motherly affection as well as the love and the flirting and the compliments and things like that. I don't know if they go hand in hand necessarily, but no, it's not something that you need to be ashamed of at all. Like, if you want to date someone 20 years older than you, like, as long as you're an adult, then it's fine. You know, if you're 30 and you want to date someone who's 50, crack on, because chances are there's people out there who are 50 who want to date someone who's 30. Like, it works both ways. You know, there's older people who will want to date younger people who want to date older people. And I do feel like, again, like thinking of like society, like obviously you're sort of not necessarily taught, but like it's not like spoken about, it's not shown in media and TV shows and stuff to be in like big age gap relationships. It's always like someone your own age, and if it is a big age gap relationship, it tends to be like predatorial. And don't get me wrong, we have had people write into the podcast, you know, who are with these much older women who are completely taking advantage of them and, you know, almost, you know, putting them in an abusive relationship and situation by like forcing them to have sex and doing all these awful things. But as long as it's a consensual relationship, you're happy, she's happy, you're both being treated right, then there's not an issue. But you're saying you're currently, I think the 6-year age gap right now is okay because I'm usually falling for women 20 years older. There shouldn't even be like a worry on like, oh my God, like I'm in a 6-year age gap relationship, I'm in a 5-year age gap relationship, I'm in a 27-year age gap relationship. Like, however big the age gap, like I said, as long as you're happy, as long as they're happy, as long as it's consensual, then it's all good in my heart tonight. The party's underway. I don't know the words. Yeah, like it's all good. 6 years, 20 years, whatever it is, don't worry about it. But clearly you're saying like you are now in a 6-year age gap relationship, but you're still seeking an older woman. So my question to you is, do you think you would be fully satisfied if you seeked out an older woman, say like 20 years plus older than you? Would that like fulfill your cravings? Would it just be a one-time thing, like you just want to kiss one, that's it, you're happy, and you can go back to like a 6-year age gap relationship? Or do you want to like be with somebody like that for forever, for the rest of your life? Do you want to commit to that commit fully to that being your relationship? So I think you need to focus on the relationship that you're in right now. But, you know, it's not fair to the partner that you're with if you're having these thoughts of being with other people. So what you really need to get clear on is, do I just like the idea of being with an older woman because, you know, I crave that sort of motherly attention that maybe I didn't have growing up? Or do I genuinely really just want to date an older woman? You need to get really clear on if it's just a craving, if it's like something that you'll have at once and it'll satisfy you, or like, you know, is it even one of them things where like if you actually got it, would you be satisfied? Or are you always going to want to creep older and older and older, and is it ever going to fully float your boat and satisfy you? You have to think about obviously yourself in the situation and what you want, but also about your girlfriend, and is it fair to sort of have her being strung along almost whilst you're actively out there seeking and thinking of older women? So decide if, you know, it's just this craving that you're always going to have and you're always going to think about, or if it's something that you need to go out there and pursue, and you need to date an older woman and get that, you know, motherly affection from. But if you're getting in a relationship, are they going to give you that motherly affection that you say you're craving? Or are they just going to give you the flirts, the compliments, the kisses, the sex? Are you going to get that motherly affection at the same time? So really, I think just get clear on what you want out of life, who you want to be dating, and don't worry about the ages of people. Like, you know, age is just a number at the end of the day. As long as you're both consensual adults, it does not matter if it's a 1-year age gap, a 4-month age gap, a 27-year age gap. Like, as long as you're both happy, as long as you both fancy each other, at the end of the day, that is all that matters. So you do what is best for you, but don't just sort of leave your girlfriend in the dark. Maybe speak to her about how you're feeling. Like, you know, my struggles growing up, like, I feel like I've always had these really bad mommy issues, and I feel like all I need is like motherly affection and attention always. And maybe she would be able to give you some of that, like knowing that that's just what you've asked for. Like maybe she'd, you know, be able to like mother you a bit more and be like, oh, I've run your bath for you. Like little things like that, that are just things that anyone would do in a relationship, but also things that a mother would do at the same time. But it's definitely not strange. Don't like convince yourself that you're broken, that you're wrong, because I know so many people who have mommy issues and who, you know, actively fancy older women and like have this like, oh my God, I want to, is it like I want to be you or I want to be with you, you know, that sort of thing. But do not stress. It's all going to be okay. Please send us an update. Let us know what happens if you end up leaving your girlfriend and getting with someone a lot older, or if you've decided, you know, that's a craving and I'm just going to let it be a craving. I'm not going to, you know, jump on that. And I'm going to say with my girlfriend of 6 years, no, not of 6 years, who is 6 years older than me. Well, guys, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode. Make sure you keep your ears and eyes peeled for our guests coming soon. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at thelesbianlounge.podcast. Head to our link tree. You can send us your dilemmas, your questions, your stories. Do our Lesbian Lounge survey, as your answers will be used for the questions of the week. You can give us a 5-star review. You can like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. That was a mouthful. And I think that's everything. Just keep following along because big things coming always. Love you all so much, and I'll speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Bye.